Hi everybody, this is Emre with the video lesson of the week. JWN was a trade I made last month in February, and I shorted JWN 5 times. With the first 3 trades I made money, and the last 2 trades were not so good. I lost money on that. And again, there is a lesson to learn from that. So let's go to the trade, let's go to the chart. We see here the JWN trade I made on that day, and I just copied the trading history table into the chart so that we can follow the trades, much better. And then I copied also here for an overview the money I made with the different JWN trades, and I put in here some arrows, so that's the places where I obviously shorted JWN. Okay, so the first short I made with 50 shares was at 9.50, and that was a good play. I saw a trigger and then I shorted it, and I covered half and then covered 15 and 10 more, and I was out of the trade and I made some money. Yeah, good. So the second trade I made was, you see here, the bars changed direction and the stock price was going up now, and then at 10.29 obviously I saw another trigger and I shorted it again with 50 shares. So when I look at it today, then that was really not a trigger, was not a clear trigger, but I guess I was triggered on that day, by my emotions. So I was in the trade again. The good thing is it turned out to be, a winner, and 2 minutes later, I covered all the 50 shares and I made some money again. What happened then? It went down a little bit, and at 10.38, that's here this third red arrow, I saw another trigger and I shorted it again. This time I was really not that sure, and I shorted just 10 shares here. But then it went down a little bit, and at 10.47 I thought it's a good idea to cover those 10 shares, and I made some money again on this trade. So at this point in time I was all the time expecting that the trade will be a short play and the price will really go down. But at this point, what we can see is that that was not really the idea of the market, and it turned direction. It went up more now, the price, and where I shorted it now the 4th time, that is really something where I just made a mistake, I think, because I shorted 50 shares of JWN again at 10.58, so here, and what happened is that there was not a trigger and the price was going up, and I recognized that, and I covered half and again half, and I was out of this trade, but I lost some money on that. So I consider this trade really as it was, not necessary. It was just for learning purposes, I think. So then the last trade I made, the last short I made on that day was, sometime later in the day. And you see that I shorted JWN with 20 shares at around 2 p.m. I was expecting that it will, go down again at this point. And, in another chart, in another time frame, you could see that there is really a setup and a trigger for that. But yeah, again, the market had another idea, and so my trade did not work in the end. So I lost some money on that, and I saw it quickly, and I didn't want to stay in that trade anymore. So that was the last trade I made on JWN. So when I look at it today, when I analyze my trade and, by reflection, my awareness gets bigger. And I mean, that's really great. I can really now see that after a point in time, I should really watch more closely to what's happening here in the chart. But I was so busy, I was so, watching the chart and expecting that it will go more down. And I was so busy with the trade that, I forgot about time. But time is also a very important, topic. It's an important element of the whole story. And I really see and understand that I should be aware what time we have when I'm in the trade, when I'm playing the trade. So, that is really a lesson that next time, then I would really stop and think and, change my focus actually. And then I am not sure if I would have done then the second and the third play, but instead of that, I would really be maybe in that trade with a long play. By analyzing my trades, by reflection, my awareness gets bigger. And bigger awareness means that I can see more relevant things. Now my challenge is to keep the focus on that several things. It's really good to know yourself. And I found I forget about time when I'm trading. And I mean, that's on one hand, it's good. On the other hand, I need to be, careful, because I need to keep track of time. And an easy solution came to my mind, and I set an alert. My smartphone will remind me when it's time to change my focus. So I use a little tool, in order to remind me, and in order to, remind me to change my focus, look at the things in a different way. And at the same time, I like the idea very much, because, I'm really then out of somehow thinking a tunnel, and then in the here and now, and I watch at the things again, and I recognize that it's time to watch for something else, and that helps me very much. So I hope you get an idea of, where you have to keep an eye on, and, where you need to focus on, maybe where you need to be reminded. That was the video lesson of this week. And I wish you an amazing, tremendous week, and talk to you next time. This is Emre.